Hello and welcome to Mike Stand, a podcast by the Student Alliance for Nationalism and Democracy of the University of San Carlos. I am your host, Fatima Alob, with my co-host, Jao Villanueva.
So for this episode, we are honored to be accompanied by a former member of Bangsamoro Transition Commission or BTC in 2017, a former representative for the women's sector ARMM Regional Assembly from 2012 to 2013, and the focal person of Ranao Rescue Team, a group of volunteers who help civilians evacuate from fighting during the 2017 Marawi City siege. She is here to share her expertise in the dialogues that revolve around women. She's also here to answer your questions regarding feminism, women empowerment, and so on.
So our topic for today will be very interesting and important, but I think isn't really talked about. Fortunately, we will have the chance now. So for today's episode entitled March Like a Woman is all about what it means to be a woman in today's society, and hopefully we will also learn what women before went through to have the rights that we have now, and of course how we can continue to make it a better place for women. So please help us welcome Miss Samira Guto.
Hello, Miss Samira. Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence despite your hectic schedule. But before anything else, we would like to know, ano po yung pinagkakaabalahan ng isang Miss Samira Gutok this pandemic po?
Hi, Michael. Like any one of us, tayo, I go watch YouTubes, sina Antolin, sina yung mga comic comedian, yung si Gonzaga. Yeah, so I enjoy the same things, guys, na I do a lot of YouTube po na uploading, nanonood sa Facebook, and I do Netflix, and syempre a lot of it also is family time, reading sa when may time yung reading yung Bible din namin, yung Quran, and yung time na for outreach programming, and this one sa atin sa young people, I do a lot of Zoom meetings.
So that is really good to hear, Miss Amira, that you are having fun despite the pandemic that we are having now. So are you ready for our first question, Miss?
Yes, Pat.
For you, Miss Amira, what is feminism?
It's not easy to define, but there's a lot of literature po on feminism. And of course, thank you muna sa USC for this forum na alam natin po yung stereotypes and education and platforms are necessary for feminism to be tackled. The narratives of women, stories, experiences, sentiment. Ang diferensya po kasi ng feminism sa iba is that hindi siya formal na structured like communism o kaya democracy, ideologies po na that are more grounded on formal philosophies. Feminism can start even from a bedroom experience, from a woman, from a wife, from a daughter, from a solo parent, from a prostitute or prostituted woman, di ba? Iba't iba pang politically charged na terminologies, na just to clarify na hindi lang po iisang babae ang babae. Iba't ibang klase ang eksperyensya, and feminism is a thought that actually exposes that storytelling, that need for storytelling, the need for uncovering the centuries of bias against us in not being able to express as women ourselves, as human beings, as people with faces and places to go to, literally. So feminism is definitely very wide array of study. I did go through international studies, and I understood that feminism is also one deconstructive philosophy. Ano po yung deconstructive? Yung instead na Boy Abunda is seen as just an entertainer, he is actually a very deep person. You have to interpret, marami pong siyang sinasabi. Just like Chris Aquino, akala nyo mababaw, pero beneath what she says, there are depths also, and just because also even Sara is very much misinterpreted. Sara Duterte as a daughter of a president that we don't understand. I'm sure Sara also has her own identity, as well, of course, Vice President Lenny, who I'm sure silang dalawa, very interesting to study as characters of this 2022.
Thank you so much for that. And it's really good to know that feminism is more than just one woman in definition, but it's actually a many form of women in the society nowadays. For you, Miss Samira, how important is it to celebrate women and their womanhood?
So deepening our experience as a humanity, parang limang kapatid po sa isang bahay na hindi lang po yung kwento ng eldest, ang kwento ng lahat ng limang magkakapatid. So ganito po, di ba, yung humanity, Adam and Eve, at the other, the other gender experiences. So napaka-importante po that the woman voice, the women face, the women sentiment is surfaced because for centuries nga it's been male dominated. So yun nga, feminism really is something that tells us that it's not what is the main majority philosophy, even the biblical or religious text that has been kind of dominated by the male interpretation. That is the only interpretation. So this actually has many layers on it, and it's very valuable that women's experiences and perspectives are put into fore because they could actually have a unique sense, if you watch the movie Vantage Point. Kung ang lalaki, ito yung perspektibo, power, it's about strength relations, me versus you, kailangan pong i-change, kailangan pong i-dominate, kailangan pong magkaroon ng election. Sometimes even a feminine perspective can be something of it's something joint, it's something collective, it's something persuaded to, convinced to, mediated to, something na lends to the, how do you call siguro, pag-iiba ng perspektibo na usually nga po centuries of this kind of perspective that's male dominated, that it has to be by sometimes even by force or imposition, and not to be so blunt about it, yung private part daw ng kalalakihan, it's not accidental, kaya daw ganun ang shape nun, kasi daw parang it has its literally nagfo-force, there's that literature, just so that our viewers are not hindi ako border on censorship, but may ganong literatura, may discussion na ganon na women, because they have been silenced or they haven't been really trained or used to speaking up or makikipag-away o kaya being in the political spectrum, being in the negotiating boardroom, ganun po, tinatanggap na nila that wars are a way of life, since world wars of the world that were decided by the men, di ba? And at one point, di ba, pinapatay pa yung mga babaeng witch, women who were superstitious, from the superstitious field, were looked down upon, mga so-called, even in our Philippine context, sila ba yung mga babaylan? So they weren't taken seriously. Even ngayon po, di ba, yung hilot, which is something new in the Department of Health, ay pinapapasok na rin po sila. Perspective, at least sa aming traditional communities, because many people can't get into the ICU and many people can't get into a hospital. So traditional medicine definitely has a very feminine side to it. Karamihan ng kababaihan actually, not just in the medical field, but in the traditional herbal medicine field, are women. Women who are the usual interpretation sa atin, nurturing, compassionate, taking care, nursing, caring. So, yun na po yung naging centuries na role sa atin. Yung taong nanganganak, yung taong nagbibigay care sa bahay kasi nga ilaw. And so, yes, it's unique that we have to tell that experience, but we also have to debunk that experience na yun lang ang experience. Because we also have to question that that's the only role given sometimes. So, women in governance especially is something that we are pushing for na rin. Feminism is also about a holistic perspective ng buong situation. Example po, national security. Security can be defined as only about security from firearms, security from, violence. Pero, kung sa feminism, security can mean humane security or human security. Freedom from hunger, freedom from want. Diba po, guys? So, yun po ang contribution ng feminismo din.
Yes, Miss. I am really in awe with what you have said, Miss. And one statement that I can associate with your answer, Miss, is the statement that female is future. Since we are witnessing now that women are rising throughout the years, and it makes me feel proud that I think I can say that I am one of them. Like, I'm trying to prove, Miss Ba, that I am more than what I am, Miss. In line with that, Miss, how is it that females achieve this kind of power that dominates over women?
Hegemony, interpretation over time na sila. Parang, so the father says, ako yung boss, and throughout time, pati yung anak niya na lalaki, ganun na rin. Tinitingala sila, ganun, what is the decision ng lalaki, yun na yun. So, ganun na rin sa estado, ganun na rin sa establishment, ganun na rin sa judiciary. Karamihan ng lalaki ang mga huwes. And it has gone through and penetrated the pillars mismo of law or the justice system that are laws. For instance, there yung mga side ng rape law and related laws on sexual violence ay kailangan sa rape law at one point I'm sure I don't know if that has been amended na mas mahirap daw sa babae talaga mag-prove it was a rape because of certain kind of limitations or restrictions. So sana na-upgrade na rin po, 'di ba guys, na hindi na po kailangan na the victim herself has to be the one complaining, but it's also it's already a public crime, not no longer a private crime. So other people can complain against the perpetrator. That's just an example over time, over centuries, over books and interpretation that are supposed to be the Bible or supposed to be the literally the pinaka-importanting otoridad na libro, is that it's been hard for women to break through chains, for instance. So like we have to be the stereotype Maria Clara na prim and proper, hindi loud, hindi nakikipag shovel or makipag-anuan ng braso. So 'di ba, pag makipagbrasuhan, sasabihin tomboy, yung mga ganun ba, rough siya, edi tomboy ka. So ganun mga tipong stereotypes na inaano sa atin ng society natin at kultura. So yun po, Miss Fatima, nangyari over time, 'di ba? Maria Clara, and it's the one that is encouraged of us. It's the one admired of us na kailangan maputi ang buhok mo, so kailangan mukha mo. So kailangan hindi ka magkakaroon ng gasgas or peklat or magkakaroon ng any because you won't be admired or you won't be the proper girl that you are. And that goes through time as a woman, as a wife, na kailangan magpaganda ka pa rin or something like that from our advertisements, from our media, from established broadcast airing that, kailangan naka-shampoo and all that to be the pretty girl that is acceptable for a family or acceptable to a society. So, ganun po it's all at all levels na yung nagsosocialize sa atin sa pag-iisip, media, tapos pati even sa batas na hindi natin masyado na encourage yung women to speak up, etc. Yan po yung ilang mga environment that enables us not to be rising above our situation and encourage pa rin the males to be the ones literally on top ba?
Yes, Miss Samir, I still agree ako sa sinabi mo na about the stereotyping of women, and I still believe that stereotyping women who are a bit tough or a bit masculine-ish than what society labeled women should be is still present even nowadays, even in 2021. And for you, Miss Samir, what struggles do you face po ba as a woman in this patriarchal society, and how do you deal with them?
Well, nung tumakbo ako, sabi nila dapat not so tough, not so nakakainis daw yung aking pagiging tough. A lot of the comments na binabash ako is that, like, I was too tough, I was too not emotional daw, I was not a girl na talagang they could empathize with. So those are the struggles na you're just being yourself, you're just being a person who speaks your mind, and yet you're taken negatively, and yet when others are making bastos jokes, di ba guys, it's okay. I don't even remember nakabastos jokes pa ako. Hopefully, hindi ako go that route, di ba po? And yet it's okay for them and it's not okay for us to be tough and rough. Diba po? So, iba talagang standards ng ating society for girls and for men, in politics even. And yung tipong pare, ganyan, there's that kind of pare mentality in politics din, that ito yung field na pinapasukan ko. Usapang lalaki na lang to, ganon. So, okay lang yun, Sam. No need to campaign to us, okay lang. So, parang instead na we present the issues to them, sa kanila usapang lalaki. Ano bang usapang lalaki? Usapang informal? Usapang hindi na kailangan makinig? Usapang sige na lang, wag na lang? So, parang is it okay to dumbify at okay lang na hindi pinag-uusapan yung dapat pinag-uusapan na issue, plataforma o kaya ideas? These are things that I go through as a person na you study so hard and yet sometimes it's not accepted because you have to be smiling down, you just have to be the woman who is the motherly, caring person, no need to be intelligent and smart, no need to present, no need to investigate or be intelligible kasi doon yun nakaka-turn off yun.
So, wow, I mean, I'm actually Miss Mirna about what you shared, pero since you mentioned earlier about Maria Clara, Is the Maria Clara image something that came from the Spanish colonizers, or is our patriarchal society tied up to this history of colonization?
Yes, the world history is world history even from biblical history, from religion, na the woman is the one who is the mother and the carer and the compassionate one. So talagang we are the ones that are the prim and the proper, the Maria Clara throughout time. So yun po, talagang colonizers have reinforced it, nasa costume natin, nasa mga damit natin, nasa mga kailangan mag-makeup. So all these things that are perpetuated over time na you're sometimes judged by outside external appearances instead of, di ba po, what you and the men can actually even talk about or offer or narrative telling or ano ba, yung substantive sabi natin, no? So yes, of course, Michael, that's part of it, the history of colonization that has been lalo pa turned over into neo-colonization. Our Filipino culture sometimes teaching us na ito, Maria Clara kayo for basta National Philippine Independence Day. So hindi bagay na magpantalon ang babae kasi nga Maria Clara ang best costume. So paano tayo tatakbo niyan? Nakaskirt tayo.
Yes, Miss. I am really emotional right now with what you have shared, especially when you share your struggles. And in line with that, I think a lot of our listeners, especially women, want to know, how do we fight misogyny and the enablers of such culture?
I accept that I can come off strong. So alamin po, aware ka as a babae, Fatima, that we are living in a complex society. Syempre, I can't change my father overnight, or my family, or the religious elders or the elders at one time. Alam ko na mas alam nila. Pero at my generation, at our generation, kayo din, na who reads at the click of a finger, sa kanilang time, hindi nila kayang gawin yon. Kailangan 3 hours or ilang time na pupunta ka pa sa library just to pick up an information. Fact-checking is difficult. Talagang, I'm so grateful pa rin to God and to our science society, our data-driven supposed society na I can always go back if I feel bad. I can always go to I can always go to God. I can always go to online, and I can always go to a support system. I can always go to you, the USC or the youth community that I talk to, who make me relevant every day that I get to attend a forum like this, or I get to see you be asking me stuff. So okay lang po yun, no? That's the struggles, but at the same time, there's also the other avenues and spaces where other communities are willing to listen. Of course, revolution and reformation is always something of a process. Hindi yan one night. Just like what happened to us, akala natin tama ang tama, pero yung pala, bilog ang mundo, hindi pala tama. At baka iiba na naman ang panahon because of political awareness and consciousness na magigising na lang yung mga tao.
Okay, thank you so much for that, Miss Samirana. And since we are talking about misogyny, and we all know that some of us are not familiar with the term po, ano po ba yung misogyny po?
And to challenge misogyny, what is misogyny first? Siyempre, misogyny is a perspektibo, pananaw na how's the word belittle or minamaliit yung kababaihan through stereotypical words. Ay, sexy-tari ka lang, bagay ka lang sa kama, bagay ka lang sa bahay, ano ka lang, babae ka lang naman di ba? So, sexy-tari, ikaw na lang ang treasurer, ikaw na lang ang yung parang LANG and we don't matter. So misogyny is really very physical. It's very of course demeaning. It puts us in a box na tayong girls ay for the centuries old stereotype of girls lang for this kind of task. Pang lang or for breastfeeding lang kami for this kind of usual things that we women go through. And so misogyny is something we battle and challenge and dare, because hindi lang po ganon. Syempre, women lalo pa have not just emotional, physical faculties, they have mental faculties. The Philippine Military Academy in the 90s was able to accept already women by virtue of a law passed sponsored by Santa Nina Rasul, former senator. So talaga pong misogyny is something that puts down women, simply put. So, yan ang pong pina-fight natin, guys.
Okay, Miss Samirana, and based on your answer po, how does misogyny affect the society as a whole po? Since we all know that it's still present even up to this day.
Di syempre, pag minamaliit mo yung babae, kababaihan, di syempre hindi mo rin siya pinapasama sa diskusyon, hindi mo siya bina-value yung kanyang contribution. So very, very natural, parang sa mathematics, 1 plus 1 equals to 2, di ba? So 1, the male, plus without the woman, 1 plus 0, because you belittle her is just 0, it's just 1. It doesn't become a 2. It doesn't become a whole society. Sino bang kumanta nun? 2 becomes 1. Kailangan po to create a holistic society, 1. Sabi ni Spice Girls, 2 becomes 1. 2 persons, human beings, woman and man gives a society, wholer society. Of course, there's the other genders, guys, of course, but we're supposed to encourage and enable, bring forth the participation of all, and that includes, of course, definitely women.
So, thank you so much for that, Miss No. And we all know that it's already 2022 and women nowadays are still being challenged by different circumstances in our society. So, for you, Miss, what is your message to your fellow women and to the allies of feminist movement?
Well, we can't be limited. Madali nang maglakad. Siyempre, quarantina, but it didn't quarantine our mind. Hindi tayo na-quarantina ng ating pagsusulat at pag-iisip. Write, W-R-I-T-E, write the wrongs. R-I-G-H-T, write the wrongs. Write them down kung hindi tayo pwede maging elected. But for those who can run from the barangay level up to the presidential, and even in the justice police level, lalo pa sa mga security sector, let's challenge, no? Dare the terrain na hindi tayo pinapapasok, because Heidelin did, and now she's the Olympic symbol for all of the Asians and the Filipinas at that, lalo pa.
So last question, Miss. So how do you encourage women in society to speak up when they're still experiencing gender inequality in the society that we are in? Since we can't deny that our fellow women are still experiencing it now, Miss.
Take the experience as the content of your fight. Kasi pag you will fight, you have some drawing or material or diary, or as we call it, armas. Kaya po tayo umiiyak at bumabangon because we have material and we have disgruntlement and frustration. That enables us, that gives us authenticity, that gives us spirit, that gives us the drive, that gives us a story to tell. So yes, of course, I won't encourage us to be a victim of sexual violence, harassment, pornography, misogyny, just so that we can speak about it more adequately, with authentic level. Pero ma'am, kaya po tayo nasaktan because merong purpose and hindi lahat ay sunshine, syempre. So ganun lang, pati naman lalaki siguro iiyak din yan So all of us will have to go through some struggle, and that's it. The struggle of women is that they haven't been really taken that seriously. Less women run for barangay politics, run elections, because they're not part of the dynasties. They don't have the power and the voice. So speak up because you have a voice, and for those who are without literally a voice because they are deaf mute, then definitely ally with those who can write for you. Of course you can write, speak up for you. There are 4 million PWDs, if not deaf mute, around the Philippines, and I am motivated because I come from the marginalized sectors, women from minorities, women of tribes who are not recorded. Many of us are not recorded in record books or in the statistics office. So yes, women have a lot of work to do. So we have to put forth ourselves. Tayo po yung dadala sa hindi kayang dalhin pa ng iba because they're just on top So sometimes it's so hard to see down.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Samira, for that, no? And for a very, very, very last question po, which organization po ba help women in their fight po?
Madami, of course. Every Woman is led by women based in NCR. Of course, you have the former Peace Secretary Ging Deles, and there's Sina Jean Enriquez. They fight trafficking, they fight women being prostituted. We have kamis, mga tribes. Of course, we have different women's like the Philippine Muslim Women Council, Misa Ulhak in the southern Philippines. So there's a lot of support groups, even women, Amarela, reproductive health group, Spark on entrepreneurship and women. So they are on Google. Hopefully, Instagram and Twitter.
Yes, let's see that. Okay, thank you so much, Miss Samira, for sharing your experiences, for gracing us with your insights about the topic. And I actually personally learned a lot from today's episode. Just like feminism is not a formally structured ideology. Feminism is actually women having different experiences. It involves uncovering centuries of biases that the different women voices and face must be unsurfaced as the male interpretation dominates. And feminism perspective is something mediated to, something a change of mindset from centuries of what the society dictates what feminism is all about. And women are told that they are too tough or less emotional. It's a struggle women face even up to this day. In short, women are not being taken seriously, yet men are allowed to be rough and to make insensitive jokes. How about you, Fat? I know you learned a lot from Miss Samira.
Yes, I really did. And one line that struck me, siguro like one of many, is that when she said that in history's past, there has always been a certain image for women, and this has been reinforced by colonizers. And then another is that, of course, we must understand that society is complex and changes cannot be done overnight, yet a support system can be found in communities that we make, like for example, Stand. So let's allow ourselves to take in this process and of course participate in it. And then another one is that misogyny is a perspective that belittles women through stereotypes with words like babae ka lang. It's physical and demeaning. And then another one is that misogyny perpetuates belittling women and excluding women and their contributions. Like we cannot grow as a society by leaving out women, which I totally agree. And then lastly, take the struggle as the content or material for our fight because women have a lot to do. So thank you again, Miss Samira, for joining us today as we talked about how to march like a woman. So I have been part of STAND since 2019 and I was still in first year that time, yet STAND never disappoints me as we grow throughout the years on how we as organizations spread awareness about women empowerment even outside the school grounds. So also, I realized that STAND, as a political organization in the University of San Carlos, has been producing not just competent student leaders, but also strong women with substance. And I can't stress enough how proud I am to be part of something bigger than us. Right, Jao?
Yes, that's true, no? And as part of STAND, I think what the organization can contribute in promoting social awareness for women's rights in the society is to first realize and then make that realization as an inspiration to act better. That for us, STAND will not be the organization it is today without the women who played important roles in molding the organization itself. Women who rose as part of one community, resisted against sex discrimination in all forms, and raised the standards for what a modern Filipina should be in the world of men. Once again, thank you so much for being with us, Ms. Samira Gutok, and for the listeners of our episode today. To access more of our podcast episodes, make sure to follow us on Spotify at Mike Stand and like our Facebook page at Student Alliance for Nationalism and Democracy, University of San Carlos.
So stay tuned next month where we will talk about another interesting topic and it is entitled Tay, Kumusta Na? It talks about the promises of our dear President Rodrigo Duterte and what happened to them. And I know a lot of you want to know, especially in who will be our speaker. But unfortunately, you will have to wait because we want it to be a surprise. So if you have questions, feel free to message us on our Facebook page. So once again, this has been Fatima Alob and Jao Villanueva with a very lovely and strong Miss Samira Gutok.
Let's always remember that the greatest victories can be achieved with the mobilization of the Filipino masses and its students. Thank you and good day.